Hello everyone and welcome back to the Speak on Mom Scraps channel. It's Caitlin here with another process video. Today we're doing another section of our DIY embellishments. This time we're featuring our paper punches. Now you'll see I have a bunch out here. I just wanted to get them out just in case I wanted to use them. I didn't have a plan or rhyme or reason for anything that I'm using today, but I did pick out a bunch of the new sequin mixes to feature so I could use those to share with you. So I started off by punching a scalloped heart and then a little butterfly, and then I picked out this sequin mix from the new release called Fallen For You, which has a giant wood veneer word in it, which is so beautiful. And this technique I kind of featured in the last video, but not 100%. So what I'm going to do with the sequins this time is actually stack them. Now I've seen this done by a bunch of people. It really depends on who you watch, but you could see this in other scrapbookers as well. But essentially you'll take different size sequins and stack them on top of each other. Now this is a relatively small embellishment cluster. You'll see me here inking the edges just to give it a little bit more definition. And then I'm going to start gluing everything in place. So I'm just using a variety of punches. I have a heart punch, a little heart punch, some butterfly punches, and just trying to get them all together in one place. Really helps make embellishment clusters go faster. I think this is a great way to make embellishment clusters and to really use up your scraps. So if you guys would like a whole episode on using up your scraps to make embellishment clusters, let me know in the comments down below. I grabbed a tiny word sticker that says, "Oh Happy Day." I know that I personally have a hard time using word stickers that are multicolored, and these are an ombre pink shade, so it's very hard for me to use them. So I decided to pull them out for my embellishment clusters. Here's where I start stacking my sequins. I used a large sequin and then put a medium coral one in between. Now depending on what sequins you're using, you might be able to stack 3 high or 2 high, or if you have shaped sequins, you might be even able to make a different set of those. And I'll show you guys up close photos at the end of all of the finished embellishment clusters so you guys can get a feel for them. Now again, I'm using the same pink color scheme to build off this cluster. I have a large circle and then a small scallop circle, which circles are something I tend to work with a lot, hence why I kind of gravitated towards them for these embellishment clusters. But again, you can use hearts, stars, whatever punches you have, even like clouds are great options. Just use whatever you have to create clusters to kind of use up your scraps and just get some supplies done and ready to go for when you do get to scrap again. I'm looking through this sticker pack that I got at the dollar store looking for an embellishment to put across the middle here, and I found this little banner that said hello. Now this embellishment cluster would be perfect for a card, but also perfect for a scrapbook page, so just keep that in mind that you could really variate what you're working with depending on what you want to make. So cards, scrapbook pages, ATCs, there's all sorts of things you can make with embellishment clusters. So you saw me do the same powder technique I did last time. I just simply put powder on the back of the sticker so when the ends stick off the edge, it doesn't get in the way of everything. Here I'm using the pastel pasture sequin mix to do a little border clustering with the sequins. I think this is one of the most powerful ways to use sequins on embellishment clusters, besides simply just putting them all over the place. I think this just adds such a nice unique texture and pop, and since I did put this on foam adhesive, I did leave that extra room on the outside edge to be able to tuck things underneath like these. So let me know if you guys like to make embellishment clusters in advance of your projects. I know that I usually make them during my projects, but for these videos I decided to try to make some beforehand, and then hopefully I can feature them in some videos in December where you guys get to see me using these embellishment clusters I showed you how to make in this video. So I'm just sliding in those beautiful white sequins. They're almost pearlized as well underneath there, and I'm actually going to glue down this butterfly as well on the outside edge. It's just a really full cluster. This looks like one of those 3D embellishments you'd get in one of your scrapbooking collections. Here I'm going to be actually making an embellishment cluster with a sequin window, so just a little shaker. This is an easy way for me to make shakers. Shakers are different for everyone depending on the tools you have. I'm simply using leftover packaging, a punch, and then some foam. And I'll show you a couple different ways you can cut your foam as well to get it to the exact shape you want. And depending on the foam you're using, you might need double of the height. This is a relatively thick foam, and I really tried to see if any of my punches would fit. So if you have one of those extra thick punches, definitely try that out. Here I'm actually folding it in half and creasing it with my scissors so I can cut out those edges, and you'll see how that works out once I have them all trimmed out. And again, I sped this up because cutting foam isn't that exciting. So I realized that my edges weren't big enough on all the sides because my square's not exactly center. So I take my see-through cutter, and trim off the other edges. Now, depending on how big your shaker window is, you can make a bigger shaker foam section. It'll just mean the sequins move around more, which is what some people prefer instead of a tighter sequin mix that sits right in the window. Really depends what you're feeling. And of course, I have the same exact size backing window back there. I used gray on mine, but I'll actually put a cover piece back there so it looks like it's pink, just to give it a little bit more pop and color. And again, it'll match all my other all of my other embellishment clusters that I've made in this video by pulling in that pink color. Here I'm looking for a sequin mix to fill my pocket with, and I go back for the Fallen For You sequin mix because I really love that love piece. I thought it'd look great on the front of this sequin shaker, which I'm really excited to use this. I don't know if I'm going to use it on a card or a page yet, but I'm really excited with the way it turned out. And this mix is very beautiful. I like the whites and the clears mixed in with the corals and pinks, and even a little bit of black. So now that I have the adhesive on the back side of the foam, I'm going to simply line up my elements as so. Since these are both square, it's a lot easier. I will say the larger the shaker, the harder it is to line up. So if you're trying to do one of these, definitely recommend going smaller. And now I'm just going to embellish the front. I have some gold glitter washi tape and then some pink heart washi tape to keep with the love theme. I think this would be great for a Valentine's Day card or page. But these embellishment clusters are almost complete. I'm just doing some simple embellishing because I don't really know what my layout's going to look like or card's going to look like for this project. I'm also going to pull out some more stickers from the sticker book that I have, just some gold hearts. And then I'm going to put down this wood veneer, and that's pretty much it for this cluster. I am going to add one more sticker and then a couple more sequins just to give it a little bit more dimension on the top section. But again, totally depends what you're using this for. But I really enjoyed making these embellishment clusters with you today. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I definitely love making embellishment clusters, but if there's something you have trouble using during your embellishment clusters or that you want to see different sequin techniques, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be happy to try them out for you. But here's the completed third one, and then here's all three lined up together. Let me know what you guys think of these, which one's your favorite, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to use my code Caitlin15 for 15% off your next order. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!